Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Frances Flannery, the Gut Health Practitioner here, and I wanted to talk to you today about what I consider to be the fifth dimension of gut health, which is gut intuition. And for gut intuition, in my clinic, Dublin Vitality Centre, which is in Dublin, I like to use Aura-Soma to encourage people to develop their own sense of intuition. Now, in Aura-Soma there are several sets, and today we're going to talk about an Archangel set, which is just one. There's Archangels, philosophy of Kabbalah, there's philosophy of the classics, Greek mythology. There's so much in it. There's philosophy of various figures from history, like Florence Nightingale, or troubadours from the Middle Ages. So there's all sorts of different figures that appear to tell the story of Aura-Soma. But in this particular recording, we're going to look at the Kabbalah set. So these are bottles that appear in the Kabbalah, which is a ancient mystical teaching, which talks about the body of God. So very, very ancient stuff and very mysterious. Nobody truly understands the full Kabbalistic association. As a Trinity College Master's graduate in philosophy, I have an extremely I'm extremely drawn to this deep philosophy. And these bottles, for anyone who uses Aura-Soma, you will know that these bottles they're not just colour, they are in fact what many people say are portals to higher consciousness. So if you use them, you do align your frequency with the angel, with the energy, and you bring yourself into a higher state of consciousness. So they're pretty incredible. They're to be used on the body, on the chakra area of the body that relates to the colour in general. That's a general guide as to how to use the Aura-Soma bottles. But let's get on with talking about each one of them individually, because they're rather fascinating, and we do have there's 10. So in Kabbalah, if you ever have heard of the 10 angels of Kabbalah, you've probably heard of Kabbalah because it has become very popular with people like Madonna, Britney Spears, in Hollywood and in LA, but it's very ancient, and the reason they love it is probably because of these two bottles here. We have the bottle 95, woo, he's jumping out of my hand ready to get going on it, and we have the bottle 97. We'll start off with the 97. In Kabbalah, the body of there's male and female energy, so it's accepted that the philosophy is based on the balancing of both the male and the female energy within all of us. So it's a rather interesting and wonderful and ancient idea. So if we go ahead and look at some of the Kabbalistic bottles, we will see them in their position. So the first one, as I mentioned, is Uriel, and Uriel is in Aura-Soma bottle number 97, and you can see it here. It is in fact orange and blue, so you can see those beautiful colours, and if you're drawn to those colours, you might be somebody who needs Uriel in your life. And Uriel is a fabulous angel to ask for help, because he is the guiding angel, and he will bring you onto your path. So very often, and certainly with all that has happened in the world of late, we've all fallen, many of us have fallen off our path because we've become disillusioned and given up, perhaps. So this is a wonderful angel to call into your life. So call the energy of Uriel or Uriel, light of God, light the way, opens up the 6 dimensions. So the fabulous thing about working with Uriel is that it opens up all the paths to all of these other archangel energies as well. So they open up the path by asking Uriel for help. You open up the path to many others, and of course by using the Aura-Soma bottle, this is happening. It's an energy exchange, an energy ask, and the energy of Uriel comes into your life. So it sits at the base of the Tree of Life in Kabbalah, if you're interested in that, and in Aura-Soma it is orange or gold and blue. So blue being the mind, knowledge, wisdom, intellect, and orange being the value and the gold. So this is a really wonderful bottle. So it transmutes feminine energy, any kind of energy that is feminine, into opportunities in the gold, and it makes a universal shift possible in your life. So that is Uriel, or Uriel as he is called. The next bottle in the Aura-Soma Tree of Life is called Gabriel. And Gabriel is an angel, or Gavriel is an angel that many of us have probably heard of, And in Aura-Soma, Gabriel is bottle 95. And 95 here is the gorgeous, what a beautiful colour that one is. It's pink over orange. And pink over orange, Gabriel's meaning is that he is really an angel that we can call in for so many different things. And most of us think of Gabriel, the angel Gabriel, as a messenger, and that he is a bridge to spirituality through communication with the higher realm. So an interpretation of a dream. This helps you interpret your dreams or have lucid dreams. He is a messenger as well. So great for people who wish to boost communication, boost their ability to speak, boost their ability to write, talk, or in any other mechanism through the new mediums of the internet, or just through the old ways of normal direct writing and conversation. So he will inspire you to that. He will give courage to overcome the darkness, and also a guide with the children as well. So that is the bottle Gabriel number 95, and you can use these bottles. They are available from Dublin Vitality Centre, which is the Aura-Soma shop now in Dublin. And here comes my favourite. This one, it calls to me Raziel. What a fabulous bottle. Number 96. I think I've used this bottle no less than 4 times fully on myself. And he is the healer of God. Interestingly, myself, I work with the gut. I've worked with the gut for 20 years in a very physical manner. I do in my clinic colonic cardiotherapy, gut cleansing. I also write on the subject as well. So the course of my life has been very much in working with the gut. And as I say, I do believe that the next level or the next dimension of gut well-being is gut intuition through the gut-brain connection. If you're interested in my book, by the way, The Ultimate Guide to Functional Gut Health, you can find it on my website, francesflannery.com, or also on Amazon. And if you're interested in any of the novels I've written, you can also find them as well on Amazon. Anyway, the healer of God. This one here is for people who are drawn to the healing sciences, to knowledge about the body. It will point you to the knowledge you need in the way of using it. It also is a protective force for travelers, and the energy is very funny and light. So very light characters, very serious subjects, the healing of the body, and it tends to draw people who are well able to converse in a light and knowledgeable fashion. It is also indicative of the third eye because of the blue, so intrinsic psychic knowledge as well. And it's a very, very protective energy. And if you're working with Raziel, he is so light and wonderful, like somebody who is just very comfortable with themselves. And that is Raziel. Now we have this beautiful 103. Isn't this just decidedly gorgeous? 103. And here we have Haniel, and here we have an angel that will really be of interest to anyone who is looking for love, because Haniel is the one that draws in the relationships. This is the one that can help with the relationships. So relationships of love, relationships in business, relationships in life. This is the angel for you. So ask for love, ask for help with relationships. And this can also help lift the mood, and it's great for spiritual teachers. I believe I've worked with this a few times as well. So this is 103, and that's Haniel. And as we move on, we're moving on to the next level, and here they come. 104. Wowee, look at that pink and look at that magenta. That's 104, and that is Chamuel. Wow, this keynote, a new beginning of love, a new order of being. Just look at those colors. Absolutely beautiful. This one is about, when you ask this one, it's what they call the tough parent, because this one will give you a lesson for sure, but it mightn't be an easy way. You might have to do a lot to get there. I know I worked with this bottle at 104 and have absorbed its energies, and certainly my own path to be able to speak about Aura-Soma and to bring it into my business has been a very, very long 13 years, in fact, that I've been working with it and trained through 3 levels. So it's been a long journey to get the kind of voice and the vibration to speak about it. And I have been working with Camuel. I'm still very drawn to these colours. Perhaps I have more lessons to learn. But the lesson can be tough. And certainly I have found it to be as well challenging at times. It will show you, it will give you tasks. It will be useful to help you contact. But if you have a challenge, something that you feel you want to do, but you're not able to do it, ask and work with this bottle, Camuel, and ask the angels' energy to come into your life. That's 104. And practical tasks will be shown up that you can follow. So it will actually teach you the way. And always when you're working with Aura-Soma, when you are doing it, when you're using the bottles, you use the pomanders as well. And the pomanders protect you as you move through the changes and the insights and the consciousness that applying the bottles bring up. 94 is our next one. And this 94 is the Archangel Michael. Now we all know the Archangel Michael. The Archangel Michael is a very prominent figure in the Christian biblical way, and he is so powerful. He is for leaders and a leader in angels too. So if you are leading a group, if you're into leadership, if you need to be a leader and you want to fight the darkness or those that would be your detractors, please do go for perhaps and think about the energy of 94. That is Michael. Yellow in Kabbalah, the center of the tree, and the little yellow in the lower fraction, the center of the tree, right here as well. And our next one over here, which everyone loves, is called Sidkiel. Sidkiel. And Sidkiel is beautiful cosmic rabbits, also called Sephira. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, it is bottle number 99. And bottle number 99, Zidkiel, is the abundance one. Wow, how fabulous. So abundance and unconditional love. And how this works is it helps us to forgive. Very often when we are in a state of non-forgiveness or where there's a lot of resentment, we are actually blocking the goodness to flow to us. So abundance, Sidkiel, will help us to forgive and therefore allow our hearts to open up and receive the abundance that we need. So he is also another protector of children as well, related to an Abraham story in the Bible. So the book of abilities in Kabbalah is linked to this, and it lets something flow better, and it is associated with seeing a blue flame. So if any of those things have rang through, perhaps that's a call or your time to come to Sidkiel, this beautiful angel over here. Now we are going to move on to these top ones, the top three. So if you're interested in the top three, these are higher knowledge bottles. They're considered the highest light of the angels, the highest knowledge out there, and the highest energies. So if you're drawn to these ones, it's probably likely you've done a lot of work already with your bottles, or maybe with just generally your own spiritual journey, or just aligning yourself with a good frequency or vibration, which you've probably done. So we'll start. We won't go straight to Metatron, because Metatron is bottle 100, which is the lower fraction, deep magenta, and here at the top. In fact, we'll start with Zafkiel. And Zafkiel is this guy here with this kind of opalescent side, and he, I believe, is bottle 107. So 107 is this angelic form called Zafkiel. And Zafkiel is a powerful healer and an angel bottle that can really help you out in many, many ways. So draw on that energy if you just need higher knowledge, wisdom, and to move forward in love in your life, and you need again help with moving really, really strong, powerful and spiritual energy into your life. And Raziel, as he is called, Raziel, this is 106, this gorgeous Raziel bottle, 106. This one will only reveal itself to you if you are chosen. So this one is quite a discerning bottle. You could talk about discernment. The book of Raziel in the Kabbalah shares the secrets of this journey. This was a real person, I believe. So this one is really powerful as well. So Raziel in the Kabbalah has a book that you can actually read about, a novel. And if you're interested in any of these stories or the philosophies, you can read more, of course, on your own. But this is the Aura-Soma. You can actually apply these and gain insights and the protection of the auric deities that they represent. Number 100 is Metatron, and wowie, this is the top-notch one. So this one is really the highest of the highest. This one, they say, sits right beside God. It is help of God, the crown and the highest light. God's right hand angel, and the white light, and you can see it there reflected in the top fraction of the white light, which is the consciousness of awareness of spirit in it, in the bottle as well. So this was actually a human. Metatron was a human in real life and was chosen by God. So it is a knowledge from a higher place, and all religions and sacred numbers relate to the sacred geometry, which is everything. So he was a very intelligent person. Actually, this Metatron was in his real life form a writer who documented a lot of difficulties that were happening in history at the time. So again, great for writers, great for people who document, archivists, people who deal with information and stuff of such. Also numerical information, algorithms, codes, this kind of work as well. So very popular with those working in a higher place with our new technologies, as we have found them coming into our world today. This guy was actually a shoemaker, funny enough, so we can see that perhaps reflected in the lower base chakra. There is a lot of red in that bottle as well, if you can see into it in the light. I don't know if you can see that, but you may. And that was a shoemaker, would you believe, in real life. So he made the shoes, and as he was dedicating himself to his task, at every level and every stitch, he was grateful. So I apply this in my own practice here with colonic hydrotherapy. I do colonic hydrotherapy, probiotic implants, and liver clearing here at the Dublin Vitality Centre using the advanced Harley Street method. And when I'm doing that, people say to me, oh my goodness, how can you do this job? Oh my goodness. And I say, I do this job because it gives people so much well-being, and that is the gift that I get. So Metatron was grateful, and I believe to be grateful, and I'm so very grateful to be able to help people and to be gifted with such a wonderful business and clinic. And I do every day for the last 20 years. I've had such wonderful feedback and stories from people. If you're interested in reading my story, that's The Ultimate Guide to Functional Gut Health on Amazon. But Metatron was also this person who was very, very grateful for his work, and I think there's a great lesson to be learned in that. I've worked with Metatron bottle myself, and I can tell you it's powerful stuff. So that today is my introduction to the Kabbalah bottles of Aura-Soma. So these are the 10 archangels, which are based on ancient mystical knowledge. And you can draw their energy into your life by using the bottles. As I said, you should always use pomanders